Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. The game is available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo consoles. LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is an action-adventure game based on the first 6 movies of the Star Wars franchise. The game can be played solo or in couch co-op. Okay, what's it like to play? So you start out in a cantina where you can select what level you'd like to start on. You can use your coins that you collect in the levels also to buy new characters to play as, and the roster is very impressive. Now, I grew up with the original trilogy of movies and I have to say I loved this trip down memory lane, albeit in a sort of cheesy LEGO style. The famous moments of the franchise, they've really been lovingly recreated, and in general it takes you back to those best moments of Star Wars. The levels, they are quite linear in style. You know, you've got little puzzles to solve, goals to complete to unlock the next segment, but you know, I'd say they balance it off quite nicely. I mean, to complete these goals you do have to utilise all of your characters, like you might be switching from Han Solo to R2-D2 to C-3PO, you know, if you need to unlock certain doors or use your Jedi Force powers, for example. But for all the nostalgia and fun that it does, you know, introduce, it does start to drift into a kind of repetitive grind after a while. You know, you start to see these repeated patterns structurally, and anyone who isn't 5 years old might start to tire of it after about 2 to 3 hours. Now, featuring 6 movies, there's lots of variety, and you know, the set piece levels I think are the standouts, you know, like the pod racing in The Phantom Menace, taking down walkers in Empire Strikes Back, or destroying the Death Star in the famous trench scene. The variety of these moments is really fantastic, and it's the thing that really just kept me coming back, because I wanted to get to these beautiful, fun moments. But like the general levels, I'd say are quite samey and tedious. I would say, yeah, the novelty for a Star Wars fan wears off after a few days, but saying that, it doesn't diminish the pure fun of it and enjoyment in terms of, like, especially in the co-op. Visually, it's got a nice cute LEGO style as you would expect, and I'd say they've recreated the characters and the locations pretty well. Music, it's what you would expect from Star Wars. The effects, all of the audio, very good indeed. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The amount of levels to take on is very impressive, couch co-op is great fun, the epic set piece levels are a joy, and the amount of characters you can unlock is amazing. Bad points, the general levels do become quite repetitive after a while, it is a bit too narrow and linear in some regard, and there are several occasions where progression is incredibly vague. Okay, verdict, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is a fun trip down memory lane for Star Wars fans. It captures the iconic moments of the first 6 movies very well indeed, and played with a friend is a great way to pass a few hours. For me, it was the special levels that stood out, like flying the spacecraft, racing speeders and other different things that, you know, it just stopped the adventure becoming too monotonous. But it is far from perfect, and once the initial Star Wars sheen wears off, you're left with a pretty by-the-numbers LEGO game. So enjoyable but limited. Definitely one for the kids who don't really care about these little details, but for older gamers I'd say it's got a limited shelf life. Okay, scoring, I'd give LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga 7 out of 10. Okay, that's the review. Thank you for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Cheers.